And there is another question. Yeah, this question is regarding when the scans such as CT scan and MRIs are done, is there something that can be done to help bring the body back to normalcy after X-ray radiation? First of all, this MRI scan will not expose the person to any kind of X-ray radiation, but CT scan does. And there is this famous instance in the medical world that previously breast cancer was very frequent, and the medical fraternity of yesteryears, they came up with a theory that all the women after a certain age, maybe about after 40, should undergo mammogram or the series scan of the breasts once in 6 months or once in a year. But once that was done continuously for many years, and because it is done repeatedly for many years, that itself, that X-ray exposure itself was causing breast cancers. So it was like counterintuitive, and in our own diagnostic procedure causing a disease for which the diagnostic procedure was done. This question can be elaborated to excessive computer use or excessive Wi-Fi radiation and all. So X-ray radiation or many sorts of radiations we are continuously exposed. So how to maintain balance? How Ayurvedically sort of detoxify and cleanse out these radiations out of the body?
See, detoxification is the same process which we are saying that seasonal detoxification. That's what in Vasanta Rutu, Vamana, Sharad Rutu, Virechana and Varsha Rutu, Basti, these are things what is being told in Ayurveda. They are nothing but seasonal detoxification and cleansing which cleanses all these things. Very clearly we need to understand this. We are exposed to sun rays are there, even there is a lot of radiation. We need to understand that radiation is going to cause damage to us. There is a difference between ionizing radiation and a non-ionizing radiation. So definitely we are being covered with lots of radiative things around us. Of course, these type of X-rays and CT scans do have a negative effect, but when patient is at stake and is in such a condition that it is very much necessary, then we need to go for it. Whereas this screening techniques of that is like mammography and something like that, it has to be periodically done. I am against to that. See, there is a very clear-cut indication. Usually, what we have observed is most of the cases of breast cancer, they have a familial tendency. So, those somebody earlier in their family has some breast cancer or colon cancer, then there is a chance of you getting the cancer. There's a chance of more cancer in you. So in such a patient or such a family history or supporting background, if it is there, then cautiously by using maybe yearly once or something like that, or periodically breast examination, then any suspicion if there is there, then you can go for it. Simply just doctor has told that you need to go for every 6 months. It is just something like that. We are checking the blood sugar. No, it should not be done. It should not be done in that sense.
Yes, sir. And nowadays there is also studies to conduct genetical studies or genetical investigations that can be done to ascertain whether a person is prone to cancer or not. So, very famous example for this is Angelina Jolie, a famous Hollywood actress. So, her mother died due to breast cancer, and at the age of 56, and Angelina Jolie had an 87% risk of getting breast cancer. So she was not having cancer, but because of higher chances of getting breast cancer, she underwent breast removal surgery. So that's kind of other type of extreme procedure there, sir.
That is not a right way of doing things. For the sake of somebody is getting something like that and trying to remove some organ from a body, it is not at all a right way of doing things. You see, all these techniques are present only to have a better life. But you should not simply out of fear make certain things I may get some speakers when the age of 60s or 70s, you may die. For that purpose, if somebody, anyhow I'm going to die, but now only I will die, then what is the use of it? Such type of argument doesn't take you to anywhere. So it is not a right kind of doing things. These type of techniques and evaluations is only to just to assess the risk. If it is risk is there, then it has to be periodically monitored as much as possible with the non-invasive methods. Only there is on a very high suspicion, then you go for the invasive things and finalize it. So I don't recommend that you should go periodically checking it out. There are methods which can be done in a non-invasive way. There is a suspicion, there is a family background, a supportive history, then be cautious. That's it. It doesn't mean that don't unnecessarily be in a state of fearfulness and your present will be spoiled unnecessarily. We're thinking in that those lines. It should not be.
Yeah, some medical sciences, some medical procedures, and some medicines are there exclusively to create fear and opportunities out of that. Like you said, I mean, maybe for X-ray radiations, or maybe for mental stress, we are exposed to a lot of our foods are not so as pure as previously. Probably the answer for all these things is, like you said, undergoing regular shodhanas, following dinacharya, starting from abhyanga to kavala, gandusha, oil pulling, nasal drops, exercise, healthy diet, fasting from time to time, and also undergoing seasonal panchakarmas, changing our diets as per season. Following rutucharya and following dinacharya would address most of our issues, even the genetical predisposition to cancers.
Definitely, when we go for such type of procedures of basic principles adopted by the Ayurveda, and if you follow it to a maximum extent, definitely we will be benefit out of that, and that benefit will be in the form of longevity. So definitely, that is a disease-free longevity will be one of the thing. But still, many times there are certain issues. Certain times, even anybody can err in calculation, and even because many times the patient comes to us saying that I have not smoked, I have not taken drinks, and I have not done any nonsense, but still I get a cancer. What is the reason? So it's very difficult to convince them that what is the reason. Maybe there are multiple factors involved. Maybe the food material what we're using, and we don't know that from where it is coming, and what are the chemicals they have been used as a pesticide or a ferticide, insecticide, what they use. We don't know what exactly, even for in order to improve the productivity, how they are using enzymes. We don't know how their outcome. For example, there are issues like if market demand is there for shunti, there is some enzyme which is there in the market. They'll spray the enzyme to the leaves directly. Next day or two, the shunti will come in such a bulk and it becomes heavy and it erupts out of the ground, and they will take it and use it. And these things are, it's not like just like how they done it for the cows, the udder of the cow, and it just has to give milk. They didn't improve the thigh muscles or the bone strength of the cow. They made a genetically somewhat changed cows, Denmark or Jersey cows, and made that udder such a big that it should give 30 liters or 60 liters of milk per day, something like that. So this is not a right kind of using a science and technology. It should be for the human kind. It should be done in the natural way as far as possible.